Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World. As you can hear from my voice, I'm still very hoarse after having a really bad flu. So if I stop now and again, it'll be to take a wee drink of water. I'll just apologise out so you don't have to hear the noise of it. But today I'm making a few wee thank you gifts for my June customers. I've got a wee loaded pocket idea, and I've used a brand new set I received this week. If I can find it, as usual, my desk is just in utter chaos. It's the Darling Details. I really had my eye on it for a while, and I was hemming and hawing between it and another one. But I ended up going with this, and I thought, is that all the dies you get? Of course, in behind it, you get a whole clapload from, and there's more of them in the basket here to the side. So it's a lovely, lovely set. This particular day here creates this for you, and I think it's so pretty. It really is so nice. I haven't stuck it the whole way down. I've left it so I can get my bar chocolate in nice and easy. I have a wee sample of the dimensionals, and then I've stamped the flower and a few leaves, and there's a lovely border strip in there too. What's in here? I have things cut to show you, so I've pre-done stuff. That is a lovely, that's 6 inches long, and you can line it up to continue on, so it's really, really good. So I'll put that back now in case I lose it, which would be just my luck. And they cut out beautifully. I had no bother with them, and the dies themselves, just tap them off the bench or use your cutting tool. So what you're going to need to create this, I've used the glorious gingham papers, and I've gone with the Pretty Peacock in them because I had the Pretty Peacock ink pad from a previous year. It was one of the in colours for a while. So that's what we're going with. And I'll just make the other one just the exact same. So what you need to do is get yourself a piece of white background paper of some shape or other, whatever colour you want to go with. And you want it to measure 8 1/4 by 8 inches. And then we're just going to score on the scoreboard. So go to your 8-inch side first. And where are we? That's the short side. Oh, don't use your skinny end on this. Well, not on my card's a wee bit thinner than normal, so I definitely won't be using it. So 3 3/4, nearly did it wrong. Excuse me, my brain is bad today. So 3 3/4, one score line down, and then go across to 7 1/2. That leaves you a wee 1/2 inch for working with, and spin it round, and you want to go at 3 1/2, isn't that right? Yeah, no, we want to go 5 inches. Oh, what am I like? 3, 4, 5 inches. I only made one of these about an hour ago, honestly. I've had a few visitors in because I couldn't get seeing last week, and I wore it to a thrastle. So you can understand where we're coming from. Right, okay. I want to get this way. So we've got our side bit here, and we want to clink off a few edges, top and bottom. Leave the centre alone, don't touch it. And then this is going to fold over. This one is going to fold in. And we just want to make sure it all lines up nicely. But in the meantime, we want to put our nice die before we seal all this up, because it's no good doing it once you have it sealed up. So I'll give them a wee thing, but they're going to be flattened going through the die cutter anyway. So we want to place our die up here. Where are you? This one here. And you have enough room. I've made the room just exact to fit this with a nice wee edge round, because this die does not cut out. It cuts the centre out and leaves the nice borders right round. So use a bit of washi tape and get it all lined up where you're happy with it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, there's a piece there already. We'll give it another piece just in case. And you want to bring that over. You're going to probably need your F4 cutter for this particular one. It's 7 1/2 inches, so it's too wide to go with the 6-inch machines. So anyway, I'm going to run that through my cutter and come straight back to you. So I'm back, and this is how it looks. This part here will come away, or where it's stuck to my sticky tape. So keep that bit for doing your punching out of your sentiment and whatever, for stamping your flowers on. Well, put this over here, nice and safe. And we now want to stick some paper on the back of that. This is going to fold over like so. Actually, I'm facing the wrong way. I want the nice finish the other way. So just pull out your seams. Go the opposite way. That will join up there. And that will cover all that. But we'll want to punch a wee pocket scoop out there just to make it easier. So the two punches I'm using is 1 3/4. And we're just going to go in here and spread that out so I know I'm kind of in the centre. So I'm going between the two areas just to line it up. I'm not going too deep, but I will try and go straight, I promise. Right, there's one out. So we have a piece of carrot cut for that, which is the biggest one, and it measures 3.5 by 4 6/8, and that's what I want to cover right round where the wee lines are in your die leaves. Lovely wee lines, you can see them better on the side. And I'm putting paper over the top of that so that it comes through and looks like this. So it gives a lovely wee finish, but it's all one piece. So we need to cut our other, no, it doesn't need cut, sorry, my head's so gnarly today. We're going to do this first, keep me right. I really shouldn't be doing this, sure shouldn't. I should have took a week off, just forgot clean all about it, had a rest. But here I am. I did have time when I was sick to think about things. I make cards for people, personalised cards, and I have done so for a long time. Honestly, I'm ready to stop now. So I have made up my mind. I know it's not a good time when you're sick and under the weather making these decisions, but I did. And I'm going to stop doing it and just concentrate on Stampin' Up, because that's what I enjoy. And that's what's happening. So I have to break that news yet. So anyway, I'm putting a nice wee piece of the Tomboy glue just here and there. It doesn't have to be up every piece, and make sure it's along the side and those corners, which are pretty empty anyway. So you want the glue catching there, just to give it a good grip and keep it in one place. See a wee bit of the pattern caught there. Just pop it out. Right, where are we now? We're going to stick our paper in place. This is the trickiest part, but don't worry too much about it. Use your lines to start you off. Quickly turn over just to make sure that you've got, it should line up the same way your die lined up. But just flip it over to make sure that it's all catching. That looks okay, and I don't mind that sitting up. That's what I wanted to give, that like lacy effect sort of. So that seems fine. We'll let that dry, and we'll do our corner over. So this is going to go across here, and we're going to see that wee lip the same way we did there, shining through at the back. So it keeps it all nice, even though you haven't got paper coming down each of the layers. It really makes it nice and clean and sharp. So put your ink here, like ink. Oh, I'm sure you're having a good laugh at me today. Put your glue along here. Hopefully by next Wednesday I'll be back on my feet properly. I really was mad doing this. Make sure you've got it nicely at the corners, because it does be under a wee bit of pressure until it dries. So fold that over. Make sure it's lining up for you. and just give it a wee rub with your, wherever that went. Where are you? Don't know where my nice clean blue one is. I'm going to have a big clear out here. Really big. If you're over on Facebook, don't be afraid to come over to Pinky's World over there. Instead of selling my stamp sets, I am running challenges every month to give you a chance to win a stamp set. Sometimes it's stamps and days of all my older stuff. So if you fancied your chances of winning something, come on ahead over. So where are we now? We need to do our paper for this part, and this is going to be the same pattern as the back, and it's a smaller piece, and it's just going to fit in between there. So line it up where you want it to go, and then we're going to use our pencil to mark where we want our wee scoops to come round. I think I used the round punch the first time round, of course. So I'm trying to line that up. It's the same size punch. I should have used the smaller one for the top one. Now I can see that my lines are still, let me zoom in a bit, wouldn't it? My pencil lines are still not taken out. So just get your scissors. Go, no, in fact, don't use your scissors at all. Get your punch and line it up where you can see, but you're not going right down. You're just going to the very corner where you can see the pencil line. So it's just nicely round. We're going to tilt that slightly and just take that wee bit off. And you can see that really like straightens it out for you. Do the same at the other side. Just tilt it slightly. So you're not getting, you don't want a sharp end either. Oh, you did not like that, boy. You didn't. Come on. It's a wee bit too close to the edge, maybe. So I want it coming out a wee bit. Oh, it's not going to do it. I'm going to cut it on the scissors around farting around. So I kind of marked it for myself anyway. Where is it? There we go. It's not too bad at all. Sure it's not. I recommend you cutting with the smaller punch and then going in with the bigger one, which I should have done. But, you know, you're forgiving me for lots of things today, aren't you? So we shall stick this one in place, and that'll keep us right for a wee while. That's a good description of me today, isn't it, Kiki? So let's do this. Stick it in place, centralize it so it looks nice and central. And that's your back pocket with your nice design in the back, and this is going to come up to here, but again we want to punch a nice wee pocket hole here. So I punched it right through so it gives a nice wee scoop whenever you go for it. Can't get these back in. They're a wee bit sticky. This is one sheet of dimensionals, which I had to chop in half to get in nicely. It would fit in, but it was really, you know, like trying to put a girdle on with no too much fat around it, you know what I mean? So get your 1 inch, going with, no, 1.5 inch, sorry, and do it between the two lines where you want it to go, and hopefully this will work right this time. And your paper is going to be swapped over so we get the, you know, small check and small check, and then the larger in the middle. So that shall go there, and I'm going to mark again where roughly where we want our wee punched bit, and we'll go for the bigger one, and this will show you how it really works. So you line those two up with the bit. This is a bigger one, isn't it? This is 1 3/4, so you just go a size up if you have it. I can't see a damn thing here. Punch that out and keep your fingers crossed. If it's not working, just look away. No, I need to go deeper, I think. So I shall. Let's try that. That's a bit better looking, isn't it? Yep. So we're going to stick that in place. In fact, I'm going to stick this down first so that we can get on with things. I'm going to put glue right through the back. Just everything stuck in place. Okay, press. These are nice wee pockets at Christmas time and whatever for putting, like, you know, the cocoa and a couple of candy canes or something, which the kids all like. And apparently now cocoa with sprinkles is a thing. Not just, what am I doing? Not just, what do you call those, marshmallows? They now want sprinkles. Never heard of it before, but now which side do I want? This side up, so I'm putting it on this. So just glue that in place. Just try to make sure it's straight. So that is our second pocket made. And then we want to get the wee, we'll cut one of these out. So I have cut, that light's annoying, isn't it? I cut one of these out, and as you said, they're 6 inches, so it gives you a wee bit of room to play where you can line one of these up at the end of your paper and line that one up. So I'm going to chop it off there nice and carefully. Excuse me. Set it up again. And I know it's this one. And then we're going to trim the top of it because I didn't put it in straight. I just threw it in there and cut it, knowing that I would do this anyway. So what you could do is line the small with one of the lines of your cutting machine, or cutter, I should say. So you get it in a straight line, and just chop it off, and that should be nice and straight. So, oh, so you're going to throw it in the bin. So I'm going to put a wee bit of glue across here. I'm not going to bother gluing down. Could put it down the sides if you want, if you're worried it might stick out. And then choose a piece of gingham to kind of line yourself up with. That keeps you lovely and straight. I love gingham for that. It is very forgiving. Keeps you right. So that is the nice wee Tida. So we need our flowers, and I thought this time would go with red. So I'll just show you how these wee flowers work. This one. And I'm going with poppy red. I know it's really, really deep, but it's just a wee change, isn't it? I went light summery with the yellow one. So get yourself a scrap piece of card. Stamp the base. I went in black just. You could actually go in a really deep red for the outline and then a light red for the inside. And see how that works, but do your outline in the darkest colour. And then go in with the flat stamp. I should probably zoom out again a wee bit. So you want to line this up with your nice wee outline, and it's pretty easy to line up. You just need to be head over the top of it. Just keep an eye on all 4 ends, and then you go. That is lovely and dark. I think it's really rich and crisp. So that's how that one works. And you have a set of leaves in here too. I have gone just with the matching colour of this, which is Pretty Peacock. And I've stamped them and cut them. I didn't bother with the outline of it. There is an outline, but I didn't bother, just wanted the plain leaves. So I've cut 3 of those. I'm going to cut that later because I have one cut here for you. And these were the dies. They come in the same packet, so they just cut them out perfectly, which is lovely. Like, no messing around. That one fits there, and that fits there. And there's a couple other nice wee mini leaves and stuff that you can cut to lay them up. So I want to start with this, and I'm going to put a large dimensional in there, just across there. Nearly time for a wee drink, isn't it? I just want to pop this in the centre, between the two, and down onto the nice wee border. Right, I'm going to have a drink. Right, so the leaves are pretty big. I'm curling them towards the colour so that they have a wee bit of shape to them. But I don't want them sitting like that. It's not the way I want my leaves sitting. So you have the option, just chop and go with whatever. I'm going to slide that one in there. Do the same to one of these. It's entirely up to you. Maybe you're 10 times better than me at arranging leaves on flowers. But this is what I'm doing today. So I'm going to put 2 opposites of the full ones, and then I'm going to work these ones around it. Probably have too many now anyway. So I could plonk that one there and plonk that one in there. Looks like it's taken off, but it'll do all right. So for adding those, I'm just going to put a wee dab of glue. This flower is raised up already, so I want to slip that in there, press that so my leaves are still curled up, and just do the same with them all, right the way around. And if you want to add more, then now's the time to do it. But I think it's ample. Does the job. So, oh, you didn't stick. I'll give you another wee taster. Just make sure they're all taken. And then we want to go to the back now. So I have punched a 1 3/4 and a 1 1/2 circle, the same punches that we used throughout there. So I'm going to stick this in place in the centre. You could go with red now in the stamping if you wanted, or just stick to Pretty Peacock. So that should do okay, and I just want to ink this up. I'm just going to go with a Pretty Peacock at the moment. Save any hassle. But it would bring the red from the front in for you. Oops, this one says, count me among all the people who are here for you, which is really nice, isn't it? So I'm going to leave a wee space at the bottom so that I can put a gem in. It's a nice wee, like, typewriter sort of text. And we want to raise that slightly. So I'm only putting these wee tiny, tiny dimensionals in. I don't want sticking out too high. This has to go into a parcel with other things, so I don't want everything bulky. So stick these in place. We're nearly there. You'll be glad to know. So count me among all the people who are here for you. I could do with a couple of these here today, I can tell you. So I have these, they're old ones, like in colour 21 to 23. They're not that old actually, they're still on the go. If they're still there, should be still on the go, shouldn't they? So I'm going with these kind of grainy ones. And that just goes there. And that is it finished. That matches my nice Karmac bar, which I have here. And another thing, yeah, if your bar of chocolate has a big floppy piece of, I told you this before I'm sure, but it tidies it all up if you put a sticky dot or a wee bit of sticky on it just to hold that down. So it looks nice and neat in your, it doesn't matter about the bottom one, but it looks nice and neat in your package. And then your 2 wee chopped down Get into the packet here. Should put that in first, shouldn't I? They're nice and spongy and more forgiving. So I'm pretty proud of myself getting to the end of that with my brain. So that is it done. Nicely. Too pretty, but what do you think, red or yellow? They're both equally in your face, really, aren't they? So Dapple Delight or Poppy Parade. And that is my finished oil measurements linked below, and everything I used down below as well. Thanks so much for sticking by me there. Really appreciate it. And hopefully I'm back on the ball again next week. Bye.